423 area code. Who's this? Where are you calling from?
Sam, it's Zach in East Tennessee. How are you doing?
Good.
Buddy?
How you doing, Zach? What's on your mind?
Well, I'm actually very fortunate. Your guest is speaking at East Tennessee State University, which is about 15 minutes from my home. I've called him before. I was a former opiate addict that was introduced to opiates by the University of Tennessee Student Health Center and prescribed a steady dose for luckily it didn't happen. The drugs weren't prescribed until my senior year by the doctor at the student clinic. Okay, so I would go over there.
That's amazing.
Just real quick. Can I just tell you a quick story? And then, because I live in a small town too, I could tell you tales from the crypt of drug trading and all that. But so as a freshman at UT Knoxville, I felt a little ping in my leg. It spread to my entire leg and lower back. I dealt with this pain for 3 years. Finally, my senior year, I go in for an MRI. The MRI gets read, and I go to the same doctor I've been seeing for 3 years at the Student Health Center, where I pay no, comes with your student fees. And he puts me on, right then and there, 45 hydrocodone 7.5s a month.
Jeez.
For every 4 to 6 hours, and keeps me on that for a year. It took me 4.5 years to graduate.
Wow.
Trying to keep my options open. But
right.
Anyway, and here's the problem. This was 2000 to 2001. I did not even know that you could get addicted to this stuff because I was not a drug taker, and I'd smoke some bud with my girlfriend. Anyway, so I got home. I go home to east to Johnson City, which is north and east of Knoxville. And I'm like, one day I woke up and I was like, I don't have energy. I need to drink an AMP energy drink. I found out I was in withdrawal.
Wow.
When we were kids, and Sam, you might know this. You're older than me, probably about 10 or 12 years. But it was a mad, don't do crack. But as far as pills were concerned, only people our age were taught that kind of pills were only for lonely old housewives. Do you get what I'm kind of?
Yeah, there was no.
Coming at?
Yeah, there was no notion that you could get you addicted to pills. You didn't see it as something that a young person would do. It would just you could. Yeah, I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, and so by the time I figured out that I was addicted, and by the way, so I came back. And OxyContin had hit my little small town of Elizabethton, which is a small town near Johnson City, and the whole Tri-Cities region is right there at the tip of the Tennessee, kind of near Asheville and all that. So, it was very. I was one of those dudes that would get sick, and I had an MRI sheet that showed that I really did have a whacked up back. I don't know if it was from playing football in high school or track. I ran hurdles. I don't know if it was something, but I had a really messed up back. I could walk in with this MRI readout and play doctors off for 45, 60, Lortabs, take those, sell them. It was pretty sordid. And I actually know I'm pretty sure I know the doctor that she spoke with, that your guest mentioned. She said that she spoke with a doctor who has been talking to this community about allowing a methadone clinic in, because we have a lot of Bible-thumping, Christians who don't want to give any treatments. And that's one of the other problems about areas like this, is that there are no treatment options. Now they've started to see that you can make a ton of money selling buprenorphine, and that's...
Right.
So, if you ever want to know, maybe if it's a less busy news day, I would love to talk to you for 2 or 3 minutes about what pills did to like a small town like mine. And when I left to go to UT in the fall of 1997 versus when I came back in January of 2002.
Well, I'll tell you what, Zach,
how it had changed.
Next week when we have a news day, we'll open up the calls early and we'll take it because I would like to hear that. Appreciate
Sam,
it.
also. Sam, can I one thing?
Yeah.
Have you looked at have any of you guys looked at the Kavanaugh's yearbook page or his friends? They're both widely circulated on Twitter, and all they talk about are like keg. You know, if you look at their activities, it's like, you know, some dude was in, and then it goes into all these little inside jokes, and it's like keg dude, and like Major League keg toss, ass whip, and like, you know, who couldn't hang, man, you know, that kind of thing.
17-year-olds. I mean, I think you should be able to go in front of, you know, I think you should be eligible for being a Supreme Court regardless of your beer consumption at age 17 or whatever you've done, as long as it's something that you have, you know, come to understand about yourself and change, presume.
Drink.
Right.
Drink.
That would be a problem.
Drink. Hello.
Also, I think
My stomach
attempted rape,
hurts.
also even harder to overcome, frankly. But Zach, I appreciate the call. Thanks, man.